The government statement that they are going to be announcing what action they're going to be taking shortly is long overdue. We've been discussing this issue for over a year now. It's not a major infrastructure project. It doesn't require huge amounts of planning. We passed a motion in Parliament unanimously saying that something needed to be done urgently to the cemetery. This was back in November last year. So my reaction can only be one of disappointment that they're still thinking about what they're going to do and announcing something shortly, where there are no definite timeframes involved at the moment.
What sort of work do you think needs to be done at the cemetery? What do you think are the priorities?
The priorities for the cemetery are fairly straightforward. As I just said, these aren't major infrastructure works. What we need is for the overgrowth of plants to be cut back, simply so people can access the tombs of their loved ones, the graves of their loved ones. Some work to the pavements could be improved because, again, the plants themselves and the root growth is causing damage there. So I'm not for one moment suggesting we get rid of all the plants, but they need to be tidied up and then they need to be maintained. This isn't a one-shot, clear things up and then leave it for 5 years. This needs to be done consistently.
What can you tell us about the authority that's being set up, and what sort of investment needs to be made in the cemetery to get it to where you think it needs to be?
We know very little about the authority at the moment, and I think this is something that will come out during the upcoming budget debate in Parliament in June, later this month of course. In terms of what needs to be invested in the cemetery, I actually don't think that much needs to be invested. I think we need to make better use of the money we're already paying. We pay close to £500,000 for the upkeep of the cemetery every year already. So I don't see that needs to be expanded hugely. I think that is a very good amount of money that needs to be better used.
So in your view, it's not a question of a complete makeover, a re-beautification of the entire cemetery, it's just a question of maintenance?
Absolutely. I don't see any public clamour for a complete makeover, a beautification. All people want to do is to be able to safely and securely access the graves of their loved ones. It is as simple as that. It's not about rebuilding. We're talking about a cemetery here. Let's maintain it. Let's look after it. Let's make it a place that people can go and show respect to those loved ones. That's all we need.